Is it? I didn't know this.
How has that been so far?
It's been really good. Two guys been in the program a long time. Know how I coach. Are familiar with Coach K, obviously, so it's been great. They both, I think that what's helped them the most is being in the program this long. I kind of know what's expected. Offense is still kind of similar in some respects. Obviously, that kind of stuff, but they're doing great. Been a great competition. They become really close friendship-wise, which is kind of cool that deal. They're pushing each other. They're making each other better. So whoever ends up starting, it's going to be great for us.
When you're evaluating it, you know these guys so well. Are you still looking at the minutia of it, like how the ball comes out of the hand, the zip, those little things?
A little bit more. It comes out now. Like we talk about a lot of decision making.
Yeah.
Coach K does a great job practice-wise, setting them up in positions. Those third down, red zone, fourth down, 2 minute, and those are the kind of things you kind of grade kids off of to see which one comes out ahead. So it becomes a lot more decision making and critical decision making at critical times.
Mm-hmm.
What has it been like having a Coach Flip around helping with the quarterbacks?
Good. I met Coach Flip. I met him through a mutual friend years ago. I forgot how he did. So I got to know him. Then he goes to Cleveland. I'm a Browns fan. I'm from Cleveland. I stick in there. I stick with him. But I got to know Coach Flip, and it's been great. What's great about him is the NFL is so situationally dominant. You know what I mean? Like all those games come down to 2 minute, 4 minute situations. So he's been a real help in those. He's talking to those guys about what he went through, what guys his coach went through, guys who made it, and the guys who didn't make it. Those characteristics, those traits, those qualities, what differentiated Carson Wentz from somebody else, and all those different things, leadership skills, how they lead, how different guys lead in different ways. So it's been terrific. He's a great guy. It's been a blast.
So it's really just down to Isaiah and Cole. Just where does Chase fit into?
Well, just like the first couple of years we were here, what happened the first couple of years we were here?
Injuries.
Multi-quarterbacks, like Cole plays as a true freshman. So I think one of my strengths is, and it has to be, is to make sure when you have quarterbacks who are dynamic and will run, and that's part of your offense, you have to have depth or you can't do it. A lot of programs have faltered because they run a quarterback, have no depth, the next guy becomes a non-running, the whole offense changes and they go backwards. So my job is make sure that if something does happen to one of those two guys or both those guys, the number 3 and number 4 have to be able to play. So he's come along. The unique is he's old, but he's new. You know what I'm saying? He's old as a kid who's played some receiver at Rice, played quarterback at Rice, played quarterback at high school, but in an offensive schematic, our verbiage is different, obviously. We expect a lot out of quarterbacks, pistol, under center, gun, all that stuff. So I think he's still processing. So I got to do better. I got to do a great job with him, helping him process information and make that happen faster. But it's critical. The 3 and 4 become really critical in what we do.
You said Isaiah and Cole become friends.
Yeah.
I guess how have you seen that progress over the years?
You know, it's like they're different. Obviously, a year apart, different places, and then it's just kind of see it grow. It's kind of like everyone kind of gets to know each other. And I don't know how tight everybody is all the time, but they're all friends and care about each other. And then you just like this year's just kind of become like really tight. Like Cole might take Zeke golfing and teach him how to golf and that kind of stuff. Like those kind of like true friendship things. Like truly, I really care about you, and they really pull for each other. And I think what they've learned from too, and seeing it, is how well Jason and Jalen work together. Like Jalen used to be just as happy for Jason when he scored as vice versa, and both those guys. So I think they saw how it is. Yes, you're competing. Yes, you want to play. Yes, you want that first snap. But you also want the team to be successful. So I really think that's how it's kind of progressed.
You told them, and as a coaching staff, you guys told them that it was going to go into camp. Nothing was going to be decided in spring. What was the message at the start of camp?
Coach will make a decision when coach wants to make a decision. The good thing is with Lance and Andy is that I'll give input, and then Andy and Lance will decide what's going on.
Yeah.
And they do a good. Like I said, every play is about it. We have so many times to evaluate kids within practice, that at least that part of the evaluation process of you talked about the throws and all that stuff will be tabulated. And it comes down to the decision making, how kids made, and also how the offense is being run when those guys are out there. Is it smooth? Is it fluid? Are the motions crisp? Are the time-ups crisp?
Yeah.
All that stuff. So that's what's going to end up happening.
Sure.
So, and they understood it. They knew going in after spring they'd go through the summer and go to fall. They're both going to be getting reps with the ones and twos and keep flipping.
How much? You guys have been together so long.
Who's that?
Coaches.
Yes.
How much confidence or comfort even does it bring to your staff that you and Andy and Lance could maybe take Jordan Gusky here and turn him into a decent quarterback. Just with your scheme and your plays and your system and all that. I mean, obviously joking with about him.
Well, I think he could.
Yeah.
I don't know how much he's run. You know what I'm saying?
I run a 4.2.
Okay, that's good.
Do you see what I'm asking?
no,
though? I mean, like, it doesn't have to be a 5-star,
No,
future NFL
And
guy.
I think what's helped a lot, and this, I didn't know how this would, like, usually, and I've said this before in years past, a lot of times the quarterback coach is a coordinator, right? And then he spends a lot of time coordinating and pawns it off to somebody else, or he can't get around everybody else. And then he's worried more about scheme than he is how technique-wise. So here I am, I learned, I was looking, someone asked me a question, I started counting, I'm like, counting my high school years, it's like you're 35 or 36, and 32 of those have been coaching quarterbacks. So I have a little idea what's going on, I think, with those guys. But the other thing I've seen all different types of situations. And I think I've always learned, me being a not very good quarterback and having to work hard at it, is that those guys, I'm a teacher. And I think my strength is teaching. So I like building that stuff, and now I can spend more time teaching. Flip can too, and I got two guys who have a lot of experience coaching at different levels to really work with those guys, and Andy can do, and then Andy can still jump in too, but he can spend more time scheme-wise. I think that's what makes him and Lance comfortable knowing that all our time is going towards the quarterbacks and not towards scheme-wise, because Coach K can take care of all that. And obviously game plan is different, but that's what's been, I think, really helpful for us.
Since you mentioned it, did you feel last year like you had a harder time working hands-on with the quarterbacks?
Yeah, I think I spent, not a harder time. I don't know how much, I'm always going to blame myself. I'm like, oh, geez, some of the decisions that happened later this season, was that me trying to scheme more and not coach more? You never know. And there's some unique things that happen. I'm like, God, did I go over something enough? Now there's no excuse. Me and Coach Flip have all our time to be able to make sure we can at least cross our T's right down our I's, and do as much as we can. Not that we didn't. I felt good, but I still look back and go, could I have done more? Should I have done more? What could I have done differently to help Jay out?
Coach Leipold's told us a couple of times, whoever wins, expect both these guys to play. How do you find the balance between that and helping your new starting quarterback establish a rhythm as a first-year starter?
To me, them knowing that's going to happen potentially, I think helps initially. They know they have to be ready at all times. And really, in theory, look at it, the number 2 guy's got to be ready to roll at any given moment. A shoe pops off, a helmet pops off. So it's like, I expect that. There's no excuse whatsoever. They need to be ready to go. So the rhythm-wise, I get it, but they just have to stay loose to be ready to go. I never use that as a crutch, whether it is or isn't. I just don't like saying that kind of stuff because I think it gives them a way out. Dude, if it's 3rd and 8, because what happens, kid might get hurt, it's 3rd and 9. I hope Coach doesn't have to go in there and call inside zone because the kid's not loose. So I think they have to be ready to go, be ready to play. And I think a great example is Iowa State last year. Jalen goes down, 3rd down or 4th and 1 or whatever. I look at Lance, I call Lance, I'm going to play action. You're okay? Boom, and he gets lit up and makes a great throw. And so you hope that's what is expected here. I think expectations help that. They know what to expect.
In terms of improvement, what are you guys focusing on for both Cole and Isaiah at this point?
Cole continuing to be loose. Sometimes Cole will get a little rigid mechanically a little bit. I think that's been awesome. Watching him, God, he's just loose now, has done a great job with his mobility and hip, throw-wise and just twisting and turning. Zeke, his functional intelligence, processing all that information. I think that was the biggest step for him. His offense wasn't as verbiage-oriented in high school and learning all that, all the motions and movements. But that's Cole's strength. That's where Isaiah I've seen the most improvement on. Being able to process in the huddle, call plays in the huddle, process it, and get the guys in the right direction. So the 2 things we're working on. Keep continually building on them, and I've seen the most improvement on.
Through the first couple of days, how you got a sense of who's performed better?
No, they're both performing really well. Awesome.
How would you just
Really happy. I'm telling you, you know how it is. One guy makes a throw, the other guy wants to make a throw. Exciting, kind of like that. So it's been really good. Honest to goodness, it's been awesome.
How would you describe Isaiah's leadership style right now?
A little more quiet, more of a. He has a presence. So when he gets out, the kids still know, but he's more not as stern as Cole is. Cole's got a little more of that. Even when you guys talk, you know what I'm saying. But I think that he's more leadership style. So we're trying a little bit with. You don't have to be a yeller like talking to Coach Flip. Not every quarterback in the NFL is a yeller, screamer, rob, or rip your panty on the sideline after a play. So trying to figure out and trying to talk to Flip too about the different styles that he's seen. So Zeke's more of the way he talks to him and looks him in the eye and that kind of stuff, more that kind of. And I hate that by example, It's more or less how he looks and the confidence he shows. It just kind of oozes out.
Hey Jim, I know you guys don't really care about the outside noise, but
I don't even hear the outside.
right. I'll tell you then. There's
Okay, tell me.
no one expecting anything from either of these guys
Really
outside.
good.
Do you like hearing that?
I
Does that
do.
help?
I do. That's right in my wheelhouse.
Yeah.
That makes it even more fun.
Right.
Yeah, I can see why. Obviously, like, hey, well, one kid's played a little bit, the other kid was kind of a runner type dude who got in there and played. Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
Hey, Jim, I know you.
Well, I
had
hope
put
that's
on-
good. I hope they. That's great. That's a great. I'm with. Go get it, fellas.
I know you guys hadn't put on the pads and done the hitting yet, but can you tell things from what you're seeing now?
Yeah, from those two.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think not that part. You have to take from what you've seen game wise, and then work from that. Where Zeke's pretty dynamic, obviously more of a slasher. Cole we got Cole's starting to. They kind of learn from each other. So Cole's kind of seeing Zeke 11 starting to learn more. Hey, I can't just try and truck. Like I got to. And then they both have to be smart running. Like we talked about, you can't take everybody on. So kind of like learning that from both parts. But you see, we do a lot of make you miss type drills. So at least you can see the movement and the agility. The thing, and then you put kids, we still put our quarterbacks through blasters and all. You've seen that. You see that. That's the closest we can get to. Because obviously the fear we all have, and I have, is like you just making sure we have great ball security when the game starts, because those kids never get hit. It's like what every quarterback coach fears. Like just going like, you never see. Well, the good thing is I've seen them both get hit. And we know that, hey, it worked out Cole. That's a couple things that happened, and that's the biggest thing we're working with him. Any spare time we have is, hey, we gotta make sure we're really strong with the ball. A few times they're like, we just can't afford that. So I see the movements, not so much obviously. I know they're both physical. We just gotta be smart with them and show them different ways, show them film, and kind of learn and teach off of that.
After recruiting him over a long period of time, what's it been like having Jalen Mason here the last semester?
I'm good at giving me a chance to what's helped with Flip and what's helped with us is trusting Flip so much that I can kind of work with the young guys. And I don't mean Chase young, but young to our program. So I hope you guys understand what I'm saying when I say that. It gives me more time to deal with them, because I'm telling you that's a huge learning curve, right? Especially what we do offensively, verbiage-wise, and cadence variations. A lot of things that they've never done in high school. So it gives me a lot of time to spend with them, because I know Flip will do a great job if we split up practice, get more reps. So it's been fun. It's been a great. It's my wheelhouse teaching, man. So it's been a lot, and we've been able to spend a lot of time with him.
Matt alluded a little bit to the outside noise. I know you said you haven't saw a lot of it. One of the other pertinent ideas is that if you have like two quarterbacks that you can't decide like who's the best, you kind of have like none. What would be your response to that, to any fans thinking of that?
Well, I think there's two. We talked about slides. So there's two types of competitions. The one you said, where you have two really good ones and you get to pick one. I think that's how I look at it as. So that's a great question. But I think there's some competition where it's two guys like we have to pick one. There's two guys like I really like both. We really like both these dudes. Whoever gets it's gonna make us really good. So that's how I look at it. So I think for the fans out there, you got two really good dudes, really good players that are gonna be really good. Whoever plays is gonna play really well.
Have you been following JD with the Buccaneers?
A little bit. I get through Billy, Coach Beno helps me sometimes. He's talking some of the scout stuff and so on. His first scrimmages, our first practice in a week, I think, Friday night, I think it's next Friday. So it's right next Friday? Yeah, so exciting about it. Cole and I were talking about that. Yeah, we'll keep tabs on him. We watched Jason last year when he was with the Colts. Was it last year? 2 years with the Colts? Yeah, so we keep tabs. Doing well. What I heard.
You went against Brian's defense for so long. Are there any similarities or differences with him and DK?
Coach Borley, you mean?
Yeah.
Personality? No. Good question. I don't know there's much of a difference. There's different schematically stuff, obviously. Both are kind of similar in some regards. So I mean, it's so funny because I see what we're doing defensively, but I'm spending so much time offense. There's different looks, obviously. More looks, more different looks. I guess is the best way to say it. More different fronts variation and coverage variations for sure.
Anything else for Coach Zebrowski?